Okay, so I have a confession. I am a fitness coach and I have also been going through the McDonald's drive-through multiple times a week for like the last however long. Like Starbucks or Dutch Bros every single morning, In-N-Out, Wendy's, drive-throughs, whatever. Like basically if it had a window and I could get food or a drink without getting out of my car, I was there. And my body held up. Like genuinely I maintained. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it trashed my body because I still like the way it looks. But the thing is, I have been feeling like crap. I've had lower energy. I've been bloated, like way less motivated to set goals for myself than I've ever been in my life. And honestly, I'm like a little embarrassed about what I've been putting in my body. Not because I think fast food is the devil, but because I know better. And I've just been doing it like on autopilot, and there's a difference. So today I want to break down 3 things. 1, how I actually maintained my physique eating like that. 2, what I think that it was costing me. And 3, how to know whether fast food is something that you need to address for your specific goals or not, because the answer is not the same for everyone or even at like every stage of your life. So let's talk about the first thing, the how, because I think it's actually important and I don't want to just gloss over it. Your body does not care where your calories come from. And I know that sounds nuts to some people, but it's true. A calorie is just a unit of energy. Your body doesn't know if that energy came from a chicken breast and some rice or a double quarter pounder or whatever. Like what it knows is if you're in a surplus or if you're in a deficit or if you're at maintenance. And I was eating at maintenance and I knew my numbers. I was hitting my protein between like Fairlife protein shakes, Greek yogurt, rotisserie chicken. I'd just throw this stuff together at home and I was making the numbers work. I was doing enough of all the right things that the drive-through didn't tank my body composition. And this is actually something I do coach clients through because there is a version of this that works. If your goal is fat loss and you're in a calorie deficit and you're hitting your protein, a cheeseburger or some pizza is not going to like derail you. I've had clients lose a significant amount of weight while still going to McDonald's once or twice a week because they learned and knew their numbers and they didn't blow up their deficit. So I want to be like super crystal clear. I'm not here to demonize fast food across the board. The math was mathing for me. Body composition wise, physique wise, I was maintaining exactly where I wanted to be. But maintenance isn't the whole picture, and that's where things get more interesting in this type of conversation. So here's what I don't really see a lot of people talking about when they talk about like fitting junk food into your macros. The math can totally work and you can still feel like shit. I've been bloated like pretty consistently. My energy's been lower than it should be for someone who trains, who knows what she's doing, who genuinely loves a lot of this stuff. I've had a lot of brain fog. I've been less driven to set goals for myself. And if you know me, that's not who I am. I'm a goal setter. That is like my thing. And that kind of like went away. So I started connecting these dots for myself because with ultra processed food, even when the calories are right, that all drives inflammation. It messes with your guts, messes with your gut microbiome, which I'm learning is directly connected to all of these things, to your mood, your energy, your mental clarity, and then we talk about seed oils, sodium, additives. Your body is processing all of that, even if the scale isn't really moving. And also, again, I was just embarrassed, like low-key, kind of privately embarrassed. Like I mentor people on this for a living. I know what whole food does for your body versus processed food. And I just wasn't doing it. Not because I didn't know better, kind of because I did know better and I was comfortable and it was convenient and I let the habit run on autopilot without a physical consequence for like longer than I should have. And I think this is worth talking about. Not just the calories, but what else it costs you and how you feel and how you think and how you show up. That part is real and it doesn't show up on the scale, but it shows up in a lot of different parts of your life. I'll tell you that. Okay. So I want to give you something that is actually useful because I think the conversation around fast food and the fitness industry is like way too black and white. Here's how I think about it with clients. If your goal is fat loss, fast food doesn't have to be eliminated. Like really, if you're in a deficit, you're hitting your protein and you're tracking your numbers, a burger and fries fits. You might have to adjust the rest of your day around it. You might need to skip the fries or something else depending on your calorie budget. But I've never told a client trying to lose weight that they can never have McDonald's again or never have Starbucks again, because that's how you set a lot of people up to fail. Like if you take away every single comfort food at once, then they're going to white knuckle this shit for 3 weeks, and then they're going to blow up their entire plan over a craving that just built up way too much pressure. Like work on 1 or 2 things at a time. Make those things stick. Fast food frequency is a lever that I would say that you can pull gradually. It doesn't need to be a cliff that you just jump off. If your goal is body recomposition, which is what I'm doing right now, this is where it's a little bit more nuanced, okay? Because recomp requires your body to be building muscle and losing fat at the same time. So that process is going to be more sensitive to things like inflammation, sleep quality, how well you're recovering, and the ultra-processed food works against all 3 of those things. So it's not that 1 cheeseburger stops your recomp. It's that chronic fast food consumption creates an internal environment that makes the process harder and slower. So for recomp, and that's for me right now, it has to become the exception, not the default. So if your goal is managing inflammation, energy, your hormones, your gut health, brain fog, this is where I want to have a real conversation with you, because this is where diet quality matters most, and it has the least to do with like calories. If you're dealing with any of those things and fast food is a regular part of your life, that's where we need to start, not with your macros, with what you're actually putting inside of your body on a daily basis and what it's doing to your system. My point is, the answer is different depending on what you're actually trying to solve for. And I think that nuance is missing from most of the conversation people are having online in this area. So what I'm doing personally, I'm on day 2 of a 90-day recomp for me, a bit of a reset recomp. Okay, I'm documenting it on Instagram, the training, the food, my actual data, the honest weeks, and part of this reset is reducing the drive-through from a default habit of mine to an occasional thing where it kind of should be. I'm not going cold turkey. I'm not telling myself that I can never have a double quarter pounder again, because that's just not how I want to live. It's not how I coach. I'm not going to be a hypocrite about it. But I am committed to being 80% better, and that's huge. Real food will be the default. Drive-through will be my exception. And actually, every dollar that I don't spend in the drive-through, I'm putting towards something beautiful for myself, which is going to be more massages. I have been neglecting things for years, like around self-care, despite being like very physically active and having a high-stress career and knowing better. So that's the trade I'm making. My McBODY era is over. My massage era is going to begin here soon. If you want to follow my whole 90 days, come find me on Instagram. I am documenting pretty much all of it. Good weeks, hard weeks, honest data, like whatever. If you watch this and you're trying to figure out what the right approach is for your specific goals, whether you're trying to lose some fat or recomp or just feel better in your body day to day, that is exactly what I do with clients. So the link is in the description. Comment McBODY below if this resonated at all. I read every single comment. Let's go.